College. For decades, it's been sold as the ultimate dream. The golden ticket, the one thing every young person must do if they want to succeed. Parents sacrifice, kids sign papers they barely understand, and guidance counselors reassure them, don't worry about the loans. You'll pay them off later. But what if that dream has been twisted into a trap? That's the story of Borrowed Future, a documentary that pulls back the curtain on America's student loan crisis. It's raw, it's emotional, and it's shocking. Today we're going to walk through the film's biggest arguments, the heartbreaking stories it shares, and the lessons it wants all of us to learn. And hey, before we dive in, if you're passionate about money, personal finance, and taking control of your financial future, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow, and it means I can keep making content like this for you. Alright, let's jump in. For years, America has lived under one powerful myth. That college is the only path to success. We've all heard the numbers. College graduates supposedly make more money, have better job security, and live more stable lives. But what we don't hear is the cost. Literally, tuition has exploded in the last few decades. To put it into perspective, the cost of college has increased nearly 8 times faster than wages. Imagine running on a treadmill that just keeps speeding up while your legs stay the same. That's what students face. So they borrow, and borrow, and borrow some more. The result? $1.7 trillion in student loan debt. Let that number sink in. It's bigger than the entire GDP of Canada, bigger than the value of Apple as a company. And it's not just a statistic, it's the daily reality of over 45 million Americans. The film does a great job reminding us that debt isn't abstract, it's human. We meet a young woman who had to drop out before finishing her degree. But the loans, they didn't disappear when she left school. She still owes tens of thousands without even the benefit of a diploma. Another story follows a couple trapped in what feels like a never-ending cycle of payments. Month after month, they send in checks, yet the balance barely moves. Their dreams of buying a home, starting a family, or building wealth are all on pause. And then there's the graduate with 6 figures in debt, but earning less than $40,000 a year. Imagine owing more than the cost of a house while making just above entry-level pay. These stories capture the emotional weight of student debt. It's not just about numbers, it's about lost time, lost freedom, and lost opportunities. So how did we end up in this mess? Borrowed Future traces it back to 3 main causes. First, government policy. When federal student loans became widely available, it sounded great. More people could afford college, but here's the catch. Because students could always borrow, universities had no reason to keep tuition low. Why cut costs when students will just take out bigger loans? Second, predatory lending. Loan servicers, the companies that handle your payments, often push repayment plans that stretch debt out for decades. Sure, it lowers the monthly bill, but it also means you'll pay far more in interest. It's a business model designed to keep borrowers chained to their loans. Third, cultural pressure. In America, trade schools and community colleges have been unfairly stigmatized. High school seniors are told, if you don't go to a 4-year university, you're not ambitious. That pressure pushes kids into expensive schools, even when it's not the right fit. Together, these 3 forces built a system where colleges thrive, lenders profit, and students drown. Quick pause here. If you're finding this breakdown helpful so far, do me a favor, drop a comment below and let me know. What's your experience with student loans? Did you take them? Did you avoid them? Are you still paying them off? I'd love to hear your story, and it'll help others realize they're not alone in this. Now here's something a lot of people miss. Student debt doesn't just hurt borrowers, it hurts the whole economy. Think about it. When millions of young adults delay buying houses, the housing market slows down. When they put off having kids, birth rates decline. When they avoid starting businesses, innovation takes a hit. And when they can't save for retirement, we're staring at a future where millions of Americans will rely heavily on government support. Student loans are like a domino. The first push is debt, but the effects ripple through every stage of life. So, what can we do? The film lays out several practical alternatives to the debt trap. Community college, so you could start with 2 years at a local school where tuition is just a fraction of the cost. In-state universities are another option. You can skip the expensive out-of-state tuition and private schools unless, you have scholarships lined up. Trade schools and certificate programs are also worth considering. Many trades actually pay just as well, or sometimes even better, than those traditional 4-year degrees, and with way less debt. Working while you're in school, it may not be glamorous, but honestly, earning while studying can really reduce the need for loans. Military service is another route. For some people, serving in the military offers education benefits that cover most if not all of your tuition. I did it and worked out for me, why not for you? And let's not forget about scholarships. Every year billions of dollars in scholarship money just goes unused because students don't apply. That's money left on the table. Money that could seriously change lives. So the key message here, you don't have to go the traditional expensive route. Debt-free paths are absolutely out there. Now, since this is a Ramsey Solutions film, there's a big emphasis on personal responsibility. The film argues that while the system is broken, individuals can still fight back. If you're not in debt yet, don't borrow. Explore every other option first, and if you're already in debt, don't lose hope. You can tackle it. It may take sacrifice, side hustles, strict budgeting, or even selling stuff you don't need, but thousands of people have climbed out of six-figure student debt. The film wants to remind us, debt doesn't have to be your normal. You can choose a different path. At the end of the day, Borrowed Future is about more than just student loans. It's about culture. For decades, we've blindly pushed one message: college equals success. But success isn't one size fits all. Some people thrive in trades. Some thrive as entrepreneurs. Some thrive with certifications or community college. The lesson here is powerful. Don't let culture pressure you into debt. Don't let society tell you there's only one road to success. Your future is yours. And as the film so strongly reminds us, it's far too valuable to borrow. So there it is, Borrowed Future in about 7 minutes. A documentary that exposes the student loan crisis, shares heartbreaking stories, and shows us there's another way forward. If this video gave you something to think about, please hit like. It really helps the channel. And if you want more deep dives into money, investing, and financial freedom, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And finally, share this video with someone who's thinking about college or someone already struggling with loans. It might just change how they see their future. Thanks for watching, and remember, your future is too valuable.